Hello students, in previous class we already discussed about the Biot-Savart's law, its application, and we already did some numericals based upon the application of Biot-Savart's law. Hope you all understood how to solve numerical problems regarding the application of Biot-Savart's law, how to find out the magnetic field strength due to a current carrying long straight conductor due to a circular current carrying coil or arc. Okay. So let us discuss some more numericals regarding the application of Biot-Savart's law. Clear? Hope you all understand how to solve the numericals based upon Biot-Savart's law. So let's take an example for today. First example, let's consider there is a circular current carrying okay, this is a circular current carrying conductor which carries current I in this way, and this segment this is point O, this angle is alpha, okay, and the distance from O to this is R, from O to this is 2R, from O to this end is 3R. Now find B at O. So due to this current carrying coil in which the coil is in this shape, we have to calculate the magnetic field strength at point O. Clear? So as we can see, here is the point of observation which is at a distance R from this current carrying arc, at a distance 2R from this current carrying arc, and at a distance 3R from this current carrying arc. But in this arc the current I, here is the I, current flowing in each of this segment. In this arc the current I is flowing in clockwise direction, but here it is flowing in anti-clockwise, and again here it is flowing in clockwise direction. So for this and this, the current direction is different. That's why the magnetic field strength at this point O due to these three segments will be different. And for these two segments which are like straight current carrying conductor, as this point of observation O is along this line and also along this line, so due to these two current carrying segments, the magnetic field strength at point O will be 0. We already discussed that if here is a current carrying conductor, it's carrying current I, and here is a point of observation P, then the magnetic field strength at this point due to this current carrying conductor will be 0 because it is lies along the line of the current carrying conductor. Clear? The same as here, as these segment and the point of observation are lying on same line, and for this segment and the point of observation are lying on same line. For these two segments, the magnetic field strength at this point O will be 0. So we have to calculate the magnetic field strength because of this and this. These three segments will provide the net magnetic field strength at this point O. Clear? So as this current carrying segment carries, let this segment be B1, this be B2, and this be B3. So the magnetic field strength due to this segment is B1. So B1 will be how much? As we know, for any circular arc, the magnetic field strength is mu naught I divided by 4 pi R into phi. Clear? This is the magnetic field strength due to any circular arc, where phi is the angle made by the circular arc at the center, and R is the radius of the circular arc, and I is the current flowing through the circular arc. So this is the formula for any circular arc to find out the magnetic field strength at the center. So for B1, it will be mu naught I is the current flowing through it, divided by 4 pi. What is the radius? Here radius is R, and phi. What is the phi value? Phi value for this segment is alpha, and its direction will be as the current flowing in clockwise direction. So by right hand thumb rule, the thumb directed the magnetic field strength which is inward, so here the direction will be inward. Clear? Then for B2, same, mu naught I divided by 4 pi. What is the value of radius? From this to this, the radius value will be 2r into, again the angle is alpha. This implies B2 equal to mu naught I divided by 8 pi r, 2 into 4, 8 pi r alpha. Direction, as the current is in anti-clockwise direction, the magnetic field will be outward. Clear? Similarly B3, for this segment the radius is from this to this, now it will be 3r, and same current flowing through all the segments, so mu naught I divided by 4 pi into 3r, angle again alpha. So this implies B3 will become how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 into 3, 12 pi r alpha. Direction, again it is in clockwise direction, so inward. Let it be equation 1, 2, 3. So from 1 to 1, 3, B net at O will be how much? As all the magnetic field strengths are here, so B net will be the vector sum of all these three, because these are vector quantities. So as B1 and B3 are in inward direction and B2 is in outward direction, so B net will be how much? B1 plus B3 minus B2, because these two are in same direction, that is inward, and this one B2 is in opposite direction, so B1 plus B3 minus B2 will give B net. So this implies we can write B net at O will be how much? B1 plus B3, that will be mu naught I by 4 pi r alpha, plus B3 will be mu naught I by 12 pi r alpha, minus mu naught I divided by 8 pi r alpha. So by rearranging this, we will get how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi r alpha into 1 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. So we can write like this. Clear? Mu naught I by 4 pi r alpha taking common, it will become 1, it will become 1 by 3, because 4 pi r into 3 equal 12 pi r, and it will become mu naught I by 2 pi r. So if 4 pi r taking common, it will become like this. So now the net magnetic field strength will be mu naught I divided by 4 pi r alpha into, this will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, or we can directly write it as 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, the LCM will be 6, or just simply write 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. This implies it will be, the LCM will be 6, 3 plus 2, 5 by 6. So this will be 5 by 24. This will be half minus 1, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3, LCM will be 6, and 6 it will be 3, it will be 2, 5 by 6. So net B net will be at O will be how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi r alpha into 5 by 6. So this can be written as 5 mu naught I by 24 pi r alpha, and the net strength will be inward, as here the inward strength is more. This is the value of B net at point O due to this current carrying segment. Clear? And these two have zero effect, because this point of observation lie along the length of these two straight current carrying conductors. Clear? So now let's discuss another question. this is a coordinate system like this. Here is the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This is the origin O. A current carrying element will be like this, along this, then it's move along this and again come along this. Okay, current I is flowing through it. Here the radius is R. Okay, so now we have to find out the magnetic field strength due to this segment. It comes towards infinity. Okay, I current is flowing through this segment. Okay, now we have to find out the net magnetic field strength due to this current carrying segment at point P. So in this case, just see, this segment is a straight current carrying conductor which is along the z axis and is an infinite straight conductor where the point of observation is close to one end. Similarly, this is another current carrying conductor which is an infinite long straight conductor and the point of observation P is again close to one end, but in this conductor and in this conductor the current direction will be different. Here the current is upward, here the current is in downward direction, but due to this current carrying conductor the magnetic field strength at point P will be like right hand thumb rule, inward. Similarly, as here is the current, the magnetic field strength at point P will be again inward. So due to this and due to this the magnetic field strength will be added up. And as for this semicircular arc, just imagine this is a three-dimensional figure. This length is along xz plane and this arc is along yx plane. Okay, can you imagine that this arc is along xy plane but these two straight conductor is along xz plane. Like, just assume that this z axis is along this. Okay, just assume that this z axis is along this. So the current carrying conductor goes like this, again it bend along this, again this straight line comes like this. Okay, clear? Can you imagine this? This is the z axis, this is x axis and this is y axis. This current carrying conductor comes like this. Okay, current comes like this, again it's bend here in xy plane, again this current carrying conductor goes like this, this is the segment. Here is the current coming like this, then this is the circular arc, again this segment is like this. Okay, now just put this along this. Clear? So now we have to find out the net magnetic field strength at this point P due to this current carrying segment, this current carrying segment and due to this current carrying segment. Clear? So as we assume that this is the point of observation P, here is the straight infinite long current carrying conductor and the point of observation P is at close to one end at a distance R. So due to this segment, let this is the B1, B2 and B3. So for B1, as you already know, the magnetic field strength near to one end of a infinite long straight conductor will be how much? Mu naught I divided by 4 pi R, as sin theta 1 will be 90 and theta 2 will be 0. So mu naught I by 4 pi R. So for this case, okay, so now as here B1 is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R. R is the distance, I is the current flowing this current carrying conductor. Clear? So if, and the distance is R from one end, so B1 will be mu naught I by 4 pi R and the direction of this will be, as current is along this direction, so here the direction will be like this into the plane. That means the current is like this, going like this, and the direction will be like this into this. So into this means it will be along which direction? At this point, this is the z axis, so this is z, current goes like this. At this point I want to calculate the magnetic field strength, so the direction will be, if current goes like this, fingers will be like this, so at this point the finger will be in minus y axis. because this is the point of observation, this is z axis, into the whiteboard will be minus z axis, this will be minus x axis, and downward will be minus y axis. So if at this point the fingers goes like this, so the magnetic field direction will be this one, so minus z cap, so its direction will be what, minus z cap. Clear? Let it be equation 1. Similarly, for this segment here, the current comes outward. Clear? So if the current comes outward, similarly for B1, B3 will be same as this distance will be again R, and this is an infinite long straight conductor and the point of observation is close to one end. Again B3, like right here, B3 will become how much? Mu naught I by 4 pi R, same as that of it is an infinite long straight conductor and the point of observation is close to this end. But here the current, this conductor, the current is outward. So when again we curl the finger, the magnetic field strength at this point P will be again in downward direction, that is again in minus j cap. Okay, let it be equation 2. Now for B2 segment, this is in XY plane. Clear? And the current moves like this in clockwise. So the strength direction of magnetic field at P will be into the whiteboard. That means if this is Z axis coming outward, so into the whiteboard, the strength will be in minus Z axis. And what is the value of magnetic field strength at this point? The value of magnetic field strength at this point will be, this is a semicircular arc of radius r. So we already know for a semicircular arc, the strength will be mu naught I by 4r. As for any circular arc, it will be mu naught I by 4 pi r into phi. Due to semicircular arc, the value of phi or the angle made by the arc at center will be how much? Pi. So it will be pi cancel, mu naught I by 4r. And direction will be into the whiteboard, that means in minus k cap. Clear? Okay. So the net magnetic field strength at this point will be these two get added. So B1 plus B2 plus B3 will be B net at P. So this will be mu naught I by 4 pi r into 2 minus j cap minus mu naught I by 4r k cap. This is the value of B net. Okay, in vector form at point P. Clear? Minus mu naught I 4 pi 2 mu naught I 4 pi r j cap minus mu naught I 4 r k cap. This is the net magnetic field strength at point P due to this three-dimensional current carrying segment. Clear? If magnitude, you can calculate the magnitude of this current carrying element. Okay. So now do an example 3. Here is a circular current carrying coil. Okay, this is the center O and its distance is R1, and there is another concentric circular current carrying coil of distance R2. Clear? Here the current flows in clockwise direction, value is I1, and in the inner circular coil the current flowing in anti-clockwise direction, again the current is I. Now find B at O. We have to calculate the net magnetic field at O due to these two concentric circular current carrying coil. So as let for this one it will be B1, and for these two the magnetic field strength are only B2. So for B1 it will be how much? Mu naught I by 2R1, because it is a circular current carrying coil, current I is flowing through it and radius is R1, so it will be mu naught I by 2R1. But direction, as the current flowing in clockwise direction, so it will be into the plane, equation 1. And from B2 it will be mu naught I by 2 R2, because the radius is R2 and the current flowing in anti-clockwise direction, so it will be outward. Clear? And here as R1 is greater than R2, the length of R1 is greater than R2, this implies B2 is greater than B1, because as R1 is greater than R2, so B2 will be greater than B1, so B net at P will be how much? B2 minus B1, because both are in opposite direction, so B net will be B2 minus B1. This implies mu naught I by 2 R2 minus mu naught I by 2 R1. So B net at P will be how much? Mu naught I by 2 into R1 minus R2 divided by R1 R2. Clear? 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1, so it will be R1 minus R2 by R1 R2, and the direction will be, as B2 is greater than B1, so direction will be outward. Clear? Okay, this will be just like another one, mu naught I by 2 into 1 by R2 minus 1 by R1, so this is R1 minus R2 by R1 R2. Okay, now here is a current carrying coil. Of radius r equal to 1 meter, and current I is flowing like this, 2 ampere, I equal to 2 ampere, which is flowing like this, and here is a point of observation P at a distance 2 meter from this point. Now find B at P. So we have to find out the net magnetic field strength at point P due to this current carrying coil, and here the case is the position of observation is an axial point due to a circular current carrying coil, and we know the formula is what? Mu naught I r square divided by 2 r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2 is the expression for the magnetic field strength at an axial point, where r is the radius of the circular coil, I is the current flowing through the circular coil, and x is the distance of the point of observation from the center of the circular coil. So now for this case, here r equal to how much? 1 meter, x equal to 2 meter, and I equal to 2 ampere. So now replacing all this, B will be how much? Mu naught into I equal to 2 into r square will become 1 divided by 2 into r square will be 1 plus x square will be how much? 4 to the power 3 by 2. So this can be written as mu naught 2 mu naught, 2 into 1 2 mu naught divided by 2 into 5 to the power 3 by 2. 2 will get cancelled. So mu naught, this implies B net, mu naught equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 5 root over, so 5 to the power 3 by 2. Clear? So this will be the, and you can solve this 5 to the power 3 by 2 accordingly. 5 root 5 to the power 3 by 2, the value you can calculate by using the calculator yourself. So this is the expression for B net, and its direction will be along the axis that this is O, so direction will be along this OP, along OP. Clear? This much Tesla will be the magnetic field strength at point P. You can solve 5 to the power 3 by 2 by using the calculator. Okay, and here 3.14 will be the value of pi. Clear? So now let's do some more examples. Here is a current carrying circular coil like this. The radius is R and it carries current along this direction like this. And here is another circular coil. Whose radius is again R and it carries current like this, I. Here current is I. Here is a point of observation P, which is at a distance x from this coil, again at a distance x from this coil. Okay, now find B at P. So we have to find out net magnetic field strength at point P due to this circular current carrying coil and this circular current carrying coil. So here the point P is along the axis of this current carrying coil at a distance x and also along the axis of this current carrying coil at a distance x. So for this segment, let it be B1. Coil 1, the magnetic field strength point P will be B1. Let this be coil 2, the magnetic field strength point will be B2. So first of all, we have to calculate B1. What is B1? The axial point formula will be mu naught I R square divided by 2 into R square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. So this implies for this case it will be mu naught I is the current flowing through it, I, R square radius R divided by 2 into R square plus distance is x square into 3 by 2. Same as this formula, it will be same. Direction will be along, let it be O1, it will be O2 along OP, O1P. Clear? Let it be equation 1 like this. B1. Similarly, B2 for this. Again current is like this, here the current is like this, so field will be like this. Here the current is like this in anti-clockwise sense, the field will be like this. So this is the direction of B2. Equal to how much? Again mu naught I, radius is R square divided by 2 into R square plus distance is x square to the power 3 by 2. Here distance is x, x, these two distance are x, x. So x square 3 by 2 along O2P. So as at this point P, the B1 and B2 are two vector quantities were acting at right angle to each other because the strength of B1 and B2 both are same. So the angle between these two will be right angle to each other. So the resultant will be the bisector of this. This will be the direction of B net. So what is the value of B net? Equal to two vectors acting at right angle to each other. The formula will be B1 square plus B2 square plus 2B1 B2 cos theta. B1 square B2 square plus 2B1 B2 cos. Here the angle between two vectors is 90, cos 90 under root. These terms become 0 as cos 90 is 0. So this will become B1 square plus B2 square under root. As from equation 1 and 2, we get what? The value of B2 and B1 both are similar. So this can be written as, this implies B net at P will be how much? 2 into, either replace B2 with B1 or B1 with B2, 2 B1 square root over. So this implies B net will become how much? Root 2 B1, that means root 2 into mu naught I R square divided by 2 into R square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. Clear? And its direction can be calculated by alpha equal to tan inverse B2 by B1. Direction will be alpha equal to tan inverse B2 by B1, or it's in a 45 degree straight because B1 B2 are same. Tan inverse 1 will be 45 degree. This angle will be 45 with respect to B1. Clear? This is equal to 45 degree. Clear? Okay, so this is the strength and this is the direction. Understood? So now let's do another question. If two coils are like this, Here is a coil carrying current in this direction like this, and here is another coil. Which carry current in this direction like this. Okay, so this is the center, this radius is r, again this radius is r. Okay, in this current flowing like this, in this current flowing like this is point O. Find B at O. Current value will be I in both the coils. So here just assume that what is the value of O, B at O. Here let this be B1 and this is B2. So in B1 the coil is like this, the current flowing along this direction, so the strength will be towards this. So if for this coil at point O the field will be along this direction, this will be B1, clear? And for this coil the current moves like this, and the coil is in horizontal plane, this is in vertical plane and the coil is in horizontal plane. So for B2 the coil is like this, and the current flowing like this. So at this point, as the current flowing like this, the field will be along this direction. So here B2 will be along this direction. Again, what is the value of B1 at the center of a ring? Mu naught I by 2R, and the direction will be for this towards right or along. If this is the axis, just imagine coordinate axis, x axis, y axis and z axis. So this is the origin O. So for B1 the direction will be along x axis, so it will mu naught I by 2R I cap, equation 1. And for B2 again the coil is current flowing along this direction will be like clockwise, so it will be downward, mu naught I by 2R, and the direction will be downward, that means minus j cap, equation 2, clear? So for this the field is along minus y axis, minus j cap, it is along the horizontal plane like this, and it is along the vertical plane like this. So at center for this the current is flowing like this, so the magnetic field strength will be along this B1 positive x axis, and for this, and this is along in horizontal direction. Okay, this coil is in horizontal direction like this is the coil. So for the magnetic field direction will be in minus y axis, so minus j cap. So this B1 and B2, so B net will be how much? Mu naught I 2R I cap minus mu naught I 2R j cap, and its magnitude you can calculate, or direction you can calculate according to the vector rule. Magnitude will be this square plus this square root over. Okay, clear? It will have root 2 mu naught I by 2R, clear? Same root 2 mu naught I by 2R, and the direction will be along this direction, B net. Again it will be mu naught I by 2R root 2, because a square plus this is B1 square B2 square, angle is 90 degrees, so B net will be B1 square B2 square under root, both are same, so root 2 mu naught I by 2R along alpha equal to 45 degree, clear? Okay, understood? Okay, now you can already calculate the magnetic field strength due to a straight conductor, due to a circular coil at its center, and the magnetic field strength due to a circular coil at any axial point, clear? So in the last lecture we already discussed that a current carrying circular coil, if this is a current carrying circular coil, so before that let's do, okay, just imagine, in last class we already discussed that a current carrying circular coil, if a circular coil carrying current I, radius R, at any axial point the magnetic field strength we already calculate, and we already discussed that a circular current carrying coil can behave as a magnetic dipole. Okay, because if this is a circular current carrying coil, this is the radius r and current I is flowing through it, then its magnetic it behave as a dipole having dipole moment. M vector is given as I a vector. What is I? I is the current flowing through it, and A is known as what? Area vector. And we know the area vector can be calculated by right hand thumb rule. If this is a open surface, then the area vector will be perpendicular to the surface, either outward or inward. You can take it as your own. But if this is a closed surface, then the outward perpendicular normal vector will be considered as area vector, you know. So the magnetic dipole moment of any circular coil will be how much? The current flowing through the coil and the value of the area vector. So now let's do some numericals based upon this concept, that a circular current carrying coil behaves as a magnetic dipole whose dipole moment is what? I into A vector. And as this behave as a magnetic dipole, so it must have a north pole and south pole. So which one side of a coil will be north pole or south pole? So just crawl your finger along the direction of current flowing in the loop. Then the direction of thumb will show the direction of north pole of that current carrying coil. Because if we crawl the finger along this direction, the thumb will show what? The direction of magnetic field. That means in this direction the magnetic field. That means the magnetic field lines will come like this. And we know the magnetic field lines will come from north to south in a open surface, open space of the magnetic dipole. So if I crawl the finger like this will show the magnetic field strength, and this is also the direction of magnetic field lines. So this also north pole. So when we crawl the fingers of our right hand along the direction of current flowing through a coil, then the direction of thumb will show us what? The north pole of the magnetic dipole north pole of the circular or the current carrying coil which behaves as a magnetic dipole. Clear? And the dipole moment will be this much. So now let's do an example. Here is a circular current carrying coil of radius r and it carry current I in this direction. So what will be the value of magnetic dipole moment? M. As you know, current flowing through this coil will be I, and area will be how much? Let this is imagine the axis. This is x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis. So M, I current flowing and area will be crawling along this outward. So it will be area of the circle will be how much? Pi r square, and direction will be along plus z axis, k kya? Clear? Similarly, here is a coil of side A. X axis, y axis and z axis carries current like this I. Find the magnetic dipole moment of this square current carrying coil. So we know the magnetic dipole moment M equal to how much? I into A vector. Here current is I, area as the length is A, width is A, this is square, area will be A square and direction will be, if I crawl like this or like this as your waist, if along the current direction I am crawling the fingers like this, so it will be inward. So the area vector will be minus k cap. Clear? Or we can take it as plus also, according to your wish. You have to along the current direction you take, so you have to take like this. This will be north to south, so the direction of magnetic dipole moment will be south to north. So you can take it the opposite direction, as the dipole moment will be south to north. So if current moves like this will be what? The downward will be north and the upward will be south. The direction will be south to north. So it is same, the minus k cap. Clear? Okay, this is the dipole moment for this. Now this is x axis, y axis and Z axis. Clear? Origin O. Here is a plane surface like this. Sorry. So now let consider here is a surface which is present like this. Okay, this angle is 37 degree, on the side length is 5 meter. Now find the current flowing like this, I. Now find the net magnetic dipole moment due to this current carrying coil. Okay, so here it is a rectangular current carrying coil or square current carrying coil carrying current I, and the width of each side is 5. So for any surface, the area vector will be how much? For this, the dipole moment can be written as M equal to I into area vector. Clear? So what is the area vector for any segment? We can calculate the area vector as crawling the finger, that means the cross product of any two adjacent sides. If this is P, Q, S, then if this is a vector and this is a vector, so we can write area A vector will be how much? OP vector cross OS vector. We can write OP vector cross OS vector. Clear? If we write OP vector cross OS vector, this will be given as the area vector. Or we can also write OS vector into OP vector. As this is open, you can take along both sides. Clear? So OP vector cross OS vector will be area vector. So what is OP vector? As this side is 5, so this length will be also 5. This is 37 degree. So it's X and Y coordinate. This will be the X coordinate and this will be the Y coordinate. So X coordinate will be how much? What will be the value of X coordinate? X coordinate will be 5 cos 37. So it will become 5 cos 37. This implies that is cos 37. If this is a triangle, this is 90 degree, this is 37, this is 53. So this will be 4 like this. The cos 37 will be B by H, 4 by 5. So this will be 5 into 4 by 5. B by H equal to 4, and the sin 37, 5 sin 37 equal to 5 into sin 37 equal to P by H, 3 by 5 is 3. So this will become minus Y coordinate, this will become minus, the coordinate will be 4 minus 3. So this can be written as 4I cap minus 3J cap, which is equal to OP vector, and OS vector will be how much? This is along Y axis and this length is 5, it will be 5J cap. So A vector will be how much? 4 OP, 4 I cap minus 3J cap cross 5J cap. So this implies 4 into 5 20, I cross J will be K cap minus 3 into 5 15, J cross J will be 0. So you can write 20 K cap. Clear? So this is area vector and this is the current value I. So we can write the dipole moment M for this loop will be 20 I K cap. Clear? Okay. So this is how we can calculate the dipole moment of any current carrying circular coil or any current carrying loop, because we already discussed in the last class that a current carrying loop behaves as a what? Magnetic dipole, and this is how we can calculate the dipole moment for any current carrying loop. So these are some two-dimensional current carrying loop or single segment. If one dimensional, or if we do some 3D figures, next question. This is a Y and Z axis, X, Y and Z axis, and here a current carrying loop present like this. Okay, this is along Z axis. The side length is L in each case. Okay, and current flows like this. I. Now find the magnetic dipole moment due to this current carrying coil. So here, how to solve this? This current carrying coil is present in 3D. That means one part of this present in YX plane and one part in XZ plane. So how to calculate the magnetic dipole moment due to this current carrying coil? Just look here. Is a segment where no current flowing through the coil. So we have to assume that at this segment there is two branches which carries current in opposite direction. One segment which carries current like this and another segment which current like this. Okay, so in this case when there is a segment which carries no current, then at that place you have to assume two conductors which carries current in opposite direction. So now it will be easy to find out the dipole moment for this loop and this loop. So for this loop we can calculate if this is L, this is also L, and its direction will be either this direction or this direction. So as this is in XY plane, it will minus J cap. So it will be I L square minus J cap. Then this is be M1. Okay, because current moves like this, so I am rolling my figure like this. So into this is in this plane. This will be into minus J cap Y axis. So it will be I L square minus J cap M1, and for this to M2. So this will be again M2 equal to how much? I L square direction, current I flow like this into the plane minus K cap. Okay, now net M1 vector plus M2 vector. You can solve easily by adding these two, equation 1 and 2. Clear? Okay. So these are some examples how to find out the magnetic dipole moment due to a current carrying coil, because as we already discussed that a current carrying coil can behave as a magnetic dipole. So there is another interesting question. In previous lecture we already discussed that a current carrying flat strip of width A is like this and current flowing in this like this, and there is a point of observation P which is at a distance R from this end. Then what will be the value of magnetic field strength at this point P due to this current carrying flat strip which is infinitely spread? Clear? And we already discussed about how to solve the how to calculate the magnetic field strength at this point P. So now if this flat strip is like this vertically and the point of observation will be at the perpendicular bisector of this, for assume there is a infinite flat sheet like this, okay, and here is the bisector, and from this center here is the point of observation P which is at a distance R. Now find an current along this flowing like this I, and its width is A. Now find the magnetic field strength at this point P. Can you imagine the figure? The plate, this is a infinite flat current carrying plate, straight current carrying plate, which width is very negligible, but sorry, which thickness is very negligible and width is a, and this is present like this. If this is like this, just imagine my hand is the current carrying plate, current flowing like this plate is present like this, and this is the center. The point of observation is at this point P. So now we have to find out the magnetic field strength at this point P due to this current carrying segment. Okay, this is an infinite current carrying flat sheet. How to calculate the magnetic field strength at this point P? So how to find out the magnetic field strength at this point P? So let's calculate it by yourself. In next class we will discuss about it. Okay. Find B at P due to this is extended up to the infinite. Okay, and the segment is 3-dimensional. Just imagine, just like this segment is like this. Now here is the point of observation P. This is 3-dimensional. Segment is like this is the segment, and this is the point of observation P. We have to find out the point of observation P. Here the magnetic field strength due to this infinite sheet of width A and current I is flowing like this. Okay, thank you.